Okay, for this first one, or question number 2, pretty sure it's not a proportion. So it's probably one of the t-tests.
Wouldn't it be independent because they're comparing two different?
Yeah, it says companies is independent of the country they are. Okay. Oh wait, this is the last one we've done. The chi-squared test of independence thing.
That's what I put. Because if you do the graph, you're going to have Korea and US, and then you're going to have all of these other boxes. So.
Yeah, the high school. Okay. Yeah, I see that. I would agree.
Yep.
Okay. 3.
You should get more points for these.
How many points do you get? Oh, 1. I don't know, or less, or 0. Because then if you get them wrong, it's not as big a deal. I'm pretty much good if we just skip them all together.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So this one, I put, well, what did you guys put? I'm not confident enough to tell you what I put first. I put test of 2 proportions, G. But
Not quite sure, to be honest.
So they're testing for,
2 groups.
well, I don't know, because it might not be that. I put, because they were testing, maybe it's one, maybe it's the other one, where there's 2 samples and 1. Like maybe it's just a sample t-test. I don't, let me read it again.
I don't think it talks about.
No, I don't think, yeah, this was one of the first ones I did, and maybe I just,
yeah, I don't know
so
if
I did go back and study after that more.
What did you say, Houston?
I don't think it talks about proportions on here, so I think
You have 2 groups, right? So you have under 40 and over 40. And then who was terminated. So I guess they're only testing to see who was terminated. So then so then it would be so is it an independent sample t-test? No, wait a minute. It's only, where's my thing? I have so many notes.
it could be the proportion, actually. I don't know.
So
Yeah, I'm kind of stumped on this one because there's 2 groups.
It's like I can talk myself in and out of them.
So it says you want to determine if both groups are treated equally.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be a proportion then of one against the other versus the total?
Because isn't that where the null hypothesis is equal? Like they equal each other? The proportions?
Right.
Just gonna,
Yeah.
so
I think it would be a t-test. I don't know.
okay, so I wrote down, okay, let's go through these questions because I wrote,
Because
let me share.
proportions.
How do I share?
isn't one proportions when P1 equals P2? So, and they're trying to find if they're equal.
So I did this. I've been trying to like understand this. So, okay. So who is the experimental unit? The experimental unit is
Well, they're the employees that's
the employees
under
that
40 or ordered 40.
the employees that were terminated, right? Or the employees. And then number 2, what is being measured? Who is terminated? Number 3 is it's quantitative. I guess is it, well, there you go. Let's figure out if it's quantitative. See, I think this is why I ended over at proportion, because it's a categorical test.
Yeah, because they're trying to see.
Because you fired or terminated and age of termination in a group. So it's got to be categorical.
Yeah.
Right? So then if you're at categorical, how many samples do you have? You have 2 samples, right? Under 40, over 40?
That's for the test of 2.
Hey, Sarah.
Proportions. Yeah.
So then that's how I ended up with the answer of G, test of 2 proportions. But, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you want me to take this down or leave this up for us?
I was going to pull it up. Yeah, you can leave it up.
Okay. Do you still see it even when I switch screens like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I like clicked on my quiz. Okay, so what are we putting?
I feel good putting that.
Test of 2 proportions?
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay. Whew, let's hope we get it right, because I really, really tried to
guess through.
talk it through, you know, to try to understand this. Okay. So then, next one. Did you guys already do this?
No.
Oh,
No.
I printed everything out and I already did everything. So just tell me when
So,
read it.
Is this test of 1 or test of 2?
I put test of 1. F.
yeah.
Because it's just using the 1 population, I guess.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because all I wanted to know about was heavy players.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would it be one sample t-test? Is the signals unknown?
Or
For number 5?
Number 4.
Oh, number 4?
well, it says proportion, so it's definitely one of the proportion ones.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Did you watch the video
Yeah.
he did?
Not yet. I'm doing it after this.
So he's pretty specific about that. He says if it says proportion or percentage anywhere pretty much in the question, it's gonna be a proportion.
Got it.
And I made notes. Let me see. He also said if it's well, I won't confuse us. If we get a question like that and it triggers my mind, I'll say something.
So yeah, then I think it would be test of one proportion. What do you guys think? What did you get, Howard?
That's what I put. Test of one proportion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Hold on. Hey, quick, no, quick. Okay? You only pull that once. Okay? One more. Yeah, this one. No, no more. Okay, thank you.
It really helps to use those 6 questions up at the top that I put.
Mhm.
It's going to be
I got those questions from those scenarios he gave us. And in the answer key to the scenarios, each of those questions is addressed. And if you answer each of those questions, that's the only way I have a remote chance of being close to right.
So number 5 would be quantitative because they're measuring the time.
Right. I put quantitative. Yeah, because it's the time to unlock.
Yeah, how many?
There's the 2 samples, right?
And then 2 samples.
So, and then
And it's independent.
yeah, independent.
So then I put a 2 sample t-test. Independent t-test.
Makes sense.
So
That's what I had checked.
independent sample t-test.
Man, I like this process. That helps a lot too.
You like what?
The whole question process.
Oh, yeah.
Flowchart?
Huh?
You make this flowchart?
Well, he gave us the skeleton of it, and then everything in red and blue have been from my notes.
Was that on like the?
He put it. It's in. He gave. If you go back a couple of weeks, if you go scroll down to the very bottom, like after the quiz and all that stuff, the lesson, there's something that says resource scenarios. If you open up resource scenarios, I actually think I put the skeleton for this. I might have put it in our project in OneDrive.
Yeah, it's helpful.
It's become more helpful with the notes too. Because I'm going through and like, as I see little things, sometimes I put examples in there, and so I can refer back, because sometimes it's tough. Okay, so did we decide on that one? Are we on number 6 now?
Yeah, we're on
I think
number
so.
6.
So I think this gets a little more confusing. I tried to address it the same way.
Doesn't really. I don't know. No, a tough one.
So it's talking about, I kind of had to do it if I was, I don't know.
I want to say it. I think it's paired samples. P confidence interval, or yeah.
I thought paired, but it doesn't say.
But it's they're being told, I guess.
Now this one says that both appraisers recently valued. So then that seems like but the sample is not, if not one, then the other. They don't have anything to do with each other, do they?
No.
I don't know.
It does say like same types of properties.
It does. It says similar properties. And then right here it says, and the bank evaluates 6 properties that both appraisers have recently valued.
Yeah, I'm assuming by that line that they take consistent samples, which would make it paired, I'm guessing.
So you're saying because if you choose one value, then you choose his other value.
Yeah, because if they're going to compare, it's got to be consistent, I'm assuming.
Right.
Like the property. Or else they'll have no way if they're valuing them at the same
Right.
price kind of thing.
And so really, if you think about that, then they would be looking for a difference, and there's no difference. So different, they'd have a difference, either the mean would be 0 or it wouldn't be. So, okay. See, I didn't know if a thing could constitute in the pairing or if it was only the people that constitute in the pairing. But it totally makes sense when you say it out loud. You know, when we verbalize it. And
yeah, it doesn't clearly say it, but that's just from what I'm assuming.
Because we always talk about, like, so there's like before and afters, and before and afters are always same subjects. And when they're same subjects, they're paired. So we have 2 measurements by the same person. So this would be you know, 2 measurements. There's 2 different people, but one is chosen because of the other, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to go with it now.
Yeah. Trying to look at the definition of that. Makes sense to me. Matches it with a paired sample.
If you print this out, you can write stuff in it, and you can, in the details, you can put like little examples. And sometimes the examples make more sense to me than the wording. Because if I know that one particular example is a specific test, then I can like reason it out in my head.
Makes sense.
Hey, I like this that you can't see me and you can only see my... I can yawn and stretch. And
That's it. I'm turning my camera off.
Everybody share a screen.
I just turned my screen off so I don't ever see any of you guys really, unless I go back to it.
You turn it off, or I just minimize it and put it up.
Yeah, I just minimize it down.
Yeah. But I just put my chart up, so if we need to refer to it.
Yeah, for 7, I got confidence interval for 2 proportions.
Which one is that? Wall Street. That's what I put.
Yeah. Yep.
That one was pretty simple.
Yeah.
Question 8. Ooh, Oreos.
Whoop, whoop.
Now I'm gonna have to buy Oreos today.
Have you guys been eating M&Ms?
Yeah, mine are all gone. I didn't eat them
Pretty
though.
close.
I'll get you my numbers today. I'll get you
Same.
my numbers today.
Awesome.
Does everybody else turn theirs in already to you?
Not yet.
No.
Well,
No.
I haven't.
We still have a little longer, so.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't have a meeting on Thursday. I don't know if you've looked ahead. So, but we should at least agree to meet one more time just to help fill out that, give you at least some bullet points,
Yeah.
unless you feel like you don't need it.
I bet it would go faster if we just met for like 30 minutes and just cranked it out.
Because
Yeah, let's do that.
if we all have something to say and you just write some bullet points down, it should be a lot easier to throw it into some paragraph and do it on the written portion. I don't know if we're going to need, well, let's just do this first. So, number 8.
What'd you get, Ingrid?
Which one are we doing? The double stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Oreos.
I put 1 sample T confidence interval.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because it's comparing it to the normal mean. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm. 1 sample T confidence interval.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what makes sense in my head.
And remember when we did that realtor one where the dude wanted to know if people invested the same in his area as the national average? That was a 1 sample T confidence as well.
Mm.
So I compared them to being similar.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I gotta take off for work. So
Yeah.
good luck on the rest of this.
Do you want us to send you the PDF of our result?
Sure. That'd be great. If not, that's fine too. But yeah.
Okay.
Either way.
Well, thanks for coming in with us.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I have to take off early again.
We could have met at a different, I would have been okay to meet at a different time. I mean,
I had a work meeting until 3, and then I have to leave again right now. So
oh,
I am gone always.
Spread thin.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you, Thor.
All right, bye.
Yeah. Good luck at work.
Yeah, good luck on the test.
Yeah, I have another group meeting later. A little later, so I'll see. Let's hurry and see if we can get
so number 9, these
we'll
are they finally start to get easy and make sense. So I feel like those first ones are the worst.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So which one of the following defines the notion of significance level? So
isn't it?
It's probability of a type 1 error, I think.
Yeah, that's what I just.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Which the following best defines the notion of the p-value of a hypothesis.
And that's the statistic extreme.
Yep. And the one I feel intense. Yeah. Yep. I remember that one too.
I like these ones.
I know, that's what I said. I was like, whoo!
Suppose you create a 95 confidence interval for a mean.
Oh, that means 95% of all 95 confidence intervals?
Yeah,
is that it?
That's what I put.
What'd you say?
The second one, that the confidence intervals actually contain the true mean.
95% of all 95% confidence intervals contain the true mean.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, what is the mean of the distribution?
Isn't it just the 0.30?
That's what I put.
Yeah.
Because P equals P hat, which equals the mean, right?
Equals the mean, yeah. Standard deviation.
Did you just plug this in on Excel or did you do this, Ingrid?
I actually did this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I could do it faster than finding the Excel.
Yeah, I didn't really. You need to do because I don't think it really works that way. This to get the standard deviation.
That's yeah. It doesn't give us the.
It's like you can't fill in spots and work backwards.
Sorry, guys. I'm covering you up on the camera.
What'd you say?
I was just covering up the camera.
Oh. Okay, so
Did you
Yeah.
get it?
so you use the one that's sigma equals the square root of p times 1 minus p
Yeah.
divided by n.
Did you get 0.04?
Yeah, I got 0.046.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. What did you get? 0.046?
0.046, yep.
That's good.
I know it's like you do the calculation and you look over there and you're like, oh, thank goodness. But they're not, they're like this. They're not, like here we have the, so if you printed out the paper, there's multiple choice.
Mm.
The
Oh,
quiz doesn't give you that.
no, it doesn't. But I have the other one pulled up. So what is the probability that your random sample of 100 adults will have a sample portion less than 25? That one you have to just solve for the margin of error.
So this one, I solved for Z.
Oh, for Z? Oh, the probability, yeah.
And then you got to plug it into the
That's right.
applet thing.
Yes. Mhm.
And you just shade what's less than it, right? If I read it right?
Yeah, it says less than, yeah.
Yeah, less than 25%.
I got. Did you get 0.139?
Okay, so are we wrong? I got 0.1376 because I didn't round with the 0.046. I redid it.
Oh, you redid it? Okay, that's probably the best one to do.
And
Yeah.
so when you do 0.1376, you can round to 0.138.
So with P, because it's the formula is Z equals P hat minus P over square root of P 1 minus P over N.
Correct.
And so I always get confused. The P hat would be
Your
point-
sample.
the sample, and then P is the 0.30, right?
Correct, because that's the population.
That's right. P hat is sample, P is true population.
Yep.
Okay.
Remember the little hat looks like a piece of pie? And the
right.
piece of pie is only part of it.
That's right. Okay.
Okay,
I'm a mom. I think of these things.
I redid it and got what you got, Ingrid.
All right. I know how to do it, so we can.
What'd you say?
I redid it and I got what you had.
Oh, okay.
0.138.
You got
I don't
0.138.
know. I don't know what the range is, you know? Like how close their calculations allow you to be. Like you might be able to be 200ths off, you know? And it would
Yeah.
still give you credit. I don't know.
Yeah. I know I got mine wrong on the quiz because I just kept that number. I didn't do it over again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know why, and then the tutor told me.
And that was why something that
Yeah.
you did it right. You just
I just
And I-
kept it like.
and I think if you had to do it that way, as long as you went out maybe 5 numbers, maybe you could still do it. You know how
Yeah.
you showed, because you showed me like on the Excel how you can go and you can take, because it always rounds to 3, but if you can go up and you can force it to round to like 6, and then
Yeah.
if you probably used it that big, you'd probably be more apt to get the right answer because
Makes
it's
sense.
rounding further away.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Just if you use more. Okay, well, so the next 7 questions, Akupuro.
So now you got to do the Excels.
So
Okay.
is N 1563 for both the groups? No.
This is a 2
For what?
proportion, right?
Yeah, 2 proportion.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be right back. I had printed some stuff out. I'm gonna go get my printout.
Okay.
So I think X1 is the 1,500 subjects that receive the Acupro, and X2 is the placebo.
That's a good question.
Wait a second. Oh, wait,
Let
sorry.
P1 be the true proportion.
Yeah, I didn't keep it all, but I went and got my I printed
I
out
see.
like my Excel for each problem.
Never mind, I see what's X1 and what's X.
So is it
So
how do you
which
put it into
test are you using?
2 proportions?
So that's what I used.
And what did you type in for X1?
I put 61.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then do you do the N1, the
I put
50?
the
Yeah.
1563 because that's the sample of people taking the medicine. And then X2, I put in 15. And N2, the 579, because that's the sample size of the control group or the placebo.
Okay.
So the type of test, is that just not equal to? I'm not catching it.
That's what I put, because they just say, well, when you get further, it doesn't matter just to get the confidence interval. And then further down, I think it specifically says, well, it doesn't even ask all the other questions, I guess.
Did you get 0.016?
For which one? What do we do? Which one? The margin of error. Where are we at?
Question 15.
Did you do 14 already? Or I'm sorry, I'm on the paper. The paper is number 14. Sorry.
I got 0.016.
It's different.
That's what I got too.
This is a totally different question. So this is how we ended up with more questions. So what is the margin of error for this 95% confidence?
Well, it's
I
kind
have
of
to figure that out because that wasn't one of the actual questions on the review. Sorry. Okay, I got 0.016. Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm. So I got number 18.
Okay, I just did through 20 through 21. So 16, did you guys get negative 0.003?
Yep.
17.029?
Yep.
And then 18 was the first one.
Yep.
What I got?
19, 1.458.
Yep.
Yep.
And then 20.145.
Yep.
Yep.
And 21, no, I failed to.
Fail to reject the null.
Yeah.
There, so it's, yeah, I know I failed to reject the.
So just the very last one.
That is like taking forever. When I hit save, it won't save.
Could be the internet.
It's like this next one will be the chi-squared thing.
Oh, yeah. Remember to not make any extra rows.
I know.
It's a tricky one.
This one doesn't have the total at least. So
Always throws me. Okay, about number 22.
okay, I got it, I think.
I got 6.579.
That's what I got.
You got what?
6.579.
Yeah, mine rounded to heck. Mine rounded to 6.580.
Oh,
Huh. Yeah, I got what you got.
Let me see. Oh, you know what? Yeah, mine came out to 6.579, and then because this of my paper, I did it on the I print out. It was multiple choice, and it forced you to round.
oh, got it.
Okay, so did we? Okay, so go to. I don't have mine anymore. Where does this tell us to round to the third?
I think it does at the very top.
Yeah, so you might need this. So do you think you need to add a number to it to see if it forces us to round?
Well, because wouldn't rounding to the 3 still be the same, like the 0.579?
Yeah.
Not if the other number is 5 or greater, it'll force it to round to 6.580, which is what was on the paper on the
let's see. It was 6.5789.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
It was what?
6.57. What was it again?
89
Yeah.
instead
Okay. So let me go back. Then it rounded to 7.9 is what you're saying.
of. Yeah.
Okay. So 6.579. Okay. Like I said, I don't know.
If we fail to reject the null for the chi-squared, that means it is independent. It's not independent. Maybe it makes
If you fail to reject, then you keep the null, so it is independent.
independent. Okay.
So this one was 0.5 and we had 0.87. Is that what you got?
Yeah.
So you failed to reject.
I put no, the p-value is greater than 0.05.
Right. So you say we have insufficient evidence to say that being a morning person is not independent of age.
Yep.
Because you're stating it's insufficient to go with the alternate.
Mm-hmm. So this is a one proportion. This next one.
I did a one, yeah, I did a one sample proportion.
Yeah, one sample. Random sample.
Was it 50 for X?
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I put.
The null is 0.20.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay.
And then
Are we trying
is
to
it
different or
It is,
it doesn't say?
I don't think it says here. I think it goes down and change and gives you, because the confidence interval doesn't care about
Yeah, that's true.
that. And so, yeah,
So did you get 0.190?
I did.
Yeah, I got that.
And then 310.
It's straight up 0.310. And then suppose what sense?
So this one I had to use calculations.
Yeah. Good old calculations.
So you just solve for the margin of error.
Yeah, well you solve using the prior estimate, and where you put that margin of error in there and you solve for n.
Oh yeah, that's right.
P, right?
Yeah, give us P. What is that?
Is Z the 1.960?
It is.
So that would be I got 96.04.
You got what?
96.04. Or I guess it would be
For your
96.
sample, for your sample size?
Isn't it n equals z over m squared?
N equals z over m squared times p times 1 minus p.
I
Oh,
got
because p is known.
1,537.
That's what I got.
So it's
Can you see this? I can't see what I'm showing you. Hold on.
yeah. I used the other formula when P is not known.
Did you use 2m? Is that what you used? No, you didn't use that either. Did you forget to square it?
No, I just forget to use because some problems ask for just z over m squared
Oh yes.
when they don't give you a p, and yeah, so I just forgot to.
Oh.
Part. So what did you get?
1537. Like 1,537.
Yeah. Got it. I remember that. Okay. Please use to see the balance.
Does it say conduct one of the top 10 forms better? Okay.
What?
Sorry, I'm on 29. I was reading out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to go back. I'm like further.
I got the second to last one.
Yeah,
that's what I get. Yeah. Second to the last.
Okay.
What requirements must be met to ensure that P is normally distributed? The first one.
That's
right?
what I put.
And value you tested. My laptop's so touchy sometimes. I like try to scroll down and it ends up like zooming in. I'm like, oh.
Oh.
You got 1.768 for the test statistic.
That's what I got.
Yeah. Making sure I'm still on the right like problem. Right Excel sheet problem.
What did you get?
For which one? Test score? I mean the test statistic?
Wait,
I got 1 point.
Where's the information on this one? Is it the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that same one. We just want
But this is where you got to make sure that you're
changing it.
Yeah, you got to make sure it's greater than.
Yeah, it's greater than.
So what did you get on it?
1.768.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I have. P value is 0.039.
Yep. And then we reject. Yes, there's sufficient. I rejected them all. The first one.
So you can reject
Yes.
it.
Yeah, reject it.
Oh, that's too long. I don't want to read it.
I just go to take my highlighter and just kind of like highlight what I need to know.
Yeah.
Really, the second paragraph. That's.
I don't know why my laptop makes all those sounds. I've tried to turn off every notification. I've gone into my settings. I have all notifications turned off and silenced, and it still does these random beeps, and I don't know what it is. So sorry if it's really loud.
It's okay. So it would be quantitative, right? Because he's calculating the scores, and then he's comparing two different studies, right? Let's see if it differs.
So I used a one sample t-test.
Oh.
You can usually tell by the data you pull from it.
Because it, yeah.
Oh yeah. Just confusing because it says he wants to see if it differs from another.
Like cells do not want to open. You did one. You just did a one sample t-test.
That's what I did.
Yeah. What do you guys put for the null hypothesis? I'm assuming if it's 0.295.
It's right here in the top paragraph. Does not equal. Yeah. 0.295. Or for the type of test and the null.
Okay, I think I got it.
Yes.
Lower bound, did you get 0.281 Ingrid?
Yeah, kind of.
I got 0.282.
That's what I got, was 0.282.
What? Oh, I think I'm on a 95% confidence. Yeah, 0.282. Sorry.
What were you on? What percentile were you?
I was on 99 for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I think it's from the last time I used it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I got 0.282. And then 0.293.
Yep.
Yeah.
Degrees of freedom.
90.
Yeah, 99.
99.
minus 1.
And then negative 2.803.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then p-value is 0.006.
That's what I got.
Small number. So we have sufficient evidence to
So we reject the null. So then we have sufficient evidence to say that the
different.
true mean is different.
Last one, guys. We got this.
So is this
Should be, isn't
paired
it?
sample t-test, right?
A what?
This is a paired sample t-test.
That's what I did. Because it's the whole before and after thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
yeah.
variable 1, you'll put their height in the morning. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Creating heights. So you do morning minus the evening.
Yeah. Null hypothesis should be 0. Type of test, we want to see if they are all in the morning. Do we say greater than then?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about its difference.
Hmm.
So you would be saying that the morning is greater, the height is greater in the morning.
And then the evening. Okay.
Then the conf floor bound, did you get 8.728?
Yep.
I got.
And 10.455.
The high test.
Do you get 22.446 for the test?
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
It's really big.
Yeah.
Degrees of freedom, 40. Value is 0.
Yeah, because it's
So small.
huge. Yeah.
Based on your results, Does enough evidence suggest that children are taller in the morning? Yes, because we rejected the null.
Yeah, that's what I put. Yes, because we rejected the null.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. I could submit it. I think it's my turn. No one else submitted
Go ahead. But fingers crossed.
I'm scared for those first ones.
I know.
it.
We may need 3 chances.
So out of those first ones, we got just one wrong, number 5.
Ah,
How about everything else?
That was it. Yeah, everything else we got right. So
so,
it's
I can
number
take
5.
that. Go on the test.
Yeah, seriously.
It's number 5.
Mhm.
gosh dang it. That just really makes me mad.
How's it not independent?
So you put
I put
independent sample t-test, right?
yes. That's what I put.
It's got to be.
So
Here.
I had F. No. What is this one? The student project. No. Gosh dang it, how is that wrong? Okay, so and then is this
No.
okay? Is it paired?
Yeah, because they want to determine which one is easier to open. So they have to have a pair to compare it to, right? Is that
But
the logic?
because they choose one, they choose the other. We have okay, wait a minute. Okay. So we have
Yeah, because they chose the first one and then the second one. Turned the clockwise first, and then the other lock turned counterclockwise first. So the data would be void if one was without the other. Is that correct thinking, or am I just making stuff up? Let's see.
I could see it being paired because, yeah, put them into those 2 groups.
but then I mean if you think about it, then how are a lot of things, I mean, not paired? Either you're over 40 or you are under 40 or you're um
Well then,
I mean
what
I'm not
would
arguing, I'm being because
what would be the 2 proportions? Like, what's the requirement for 2 proportions? Because I
well,
think that would be the only
they have
one.
to be categorical if it's proportions. And if we're talking time, then it has to be quantitative. So, and the only way to know if they're easier to open is if you measure time. So you have to measure time, which is a number. So it has to be quantitative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it being paired because if you're not
Because
in one, you're in the other.
we're still talking about the difference is either 0 or it's not 0, you know?
Yeah,
So how,
that's basically what the paired test does.
okay.
Does someone want to put?
That one, Houston?
Yeah.
What?
Do you want to submit that one?
Sure. Hope I got everything else entered in correctly.
Yeah, make sure you're all zeroed out.
Yeah, so 5 is right now.
So it was paired.
Yeah, so got 100 now.
Gosh,
Yeah.
dang it. But we're not going to get that chance on the exam.
I know, that's true.
I'll
Hang on,
take.
let me go back and change that. I think I need to rethink this.
I think it was 2 times, 2 tries.
Yeah. But I got to get going, guys. I
All
got to
right.
get to another group meeting. But let's plan on
So-
Thursday. Just meeting up for like 20 minutes.
Let's do it. I'd love to meet up and help.
And I think we should try to get our numbers. We need to get our numbers to you before that, so you can have.
I'll put them on
So
one
you
sheet.
can run
Something
them.
to work
Yeah.
with. Yeah. I'll get it to you by tonight. I'm actually going to work on that.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Good luck on the test, too.
Yeah, you too.
Good luck, guys. Bye.